Good evening and thanks for joining us for our ongoing live coverage of the 2014 midterm elections.
It looks like it's shaping up to be a historic night in Iowa. The polls closed a couple hours ago and Iowa is about to become a red state.
Well, award season is almost here. Today, the nominations for the Golden Globes were announced. Among the motion picture nominations are Birdman, Foxcatcher, and Boyhood. President Barack Obama spoke to the nation tonight. He addressed matters of immigration reform and ordered immigration officers to deport felons, not families. He said, quote, "Mass deportation would be both impossible and contrary to our character. What I am describing is accountability." The Johnson County Courthouse is over 100 years old and has barely been modernized since it was built. Its outdated design poses issues of safety, security, and space for staff and visitors. I went over to the courthouse today to see just how much space they don't have.
Well, you know, Greta, I was planning on going as a surfer tomorrow night, but it doesn't look like the waves, or the weather for that matter, are going to be too righteous.
Yeah, it certainly did not look very righteous outside today. In fact, it's made me think that I might pull out the polar bear costume for tomorrow night. Well, we'll now toss it over to our own Tanner Sigworth, who's standing by in the weather studio. Tanner, would it be a good idea for me to be a polar bear tomorrow?
Good one, Greta.
Can you imagine books so small you could wear them as charms? The UI Special Collections is home to over 4,000 miniature books. Katie Seitz has the story. You know, Nick, as I've been walking to class this week, it's been a lot warmer.
I have to agree. I just wish those gray clouds would leave the sky. We'll now send it over to Anna Theodosis, who's standing by in the weather studio.
We'll update that more as we get that. Thanks a lot, and back to you, Greta.
Thanks for that, Quentin. And to go on with our political segment, Daily Iowan TV's Austin Love went to see Rand Paul and Joni Ernst last night. Let's see what he found out.
Greta, the Hawkeyes did not play well at all last week against Minnesota on the football field.
God, I know. I was so disappointed in their performance, and they better not disappoint me this weekend because my dad's an alumni at University of Illinois, and so we have to win. There's over 500 student organizations on campus, but with so many choices, students have to decide which one catches their eye the most. Daily Iowan TV's Selena Carr discovered how one student club is working to stand out from the rest. Today is the 13th anniversary of 9/11. Yesterday, President Barack Obama delivered his strategy to defeat Islamic State militants in Iraq and Syria. Reporter Taylor Smith connects these two in her story.
A black bear cub was found wandering around a drugstore in Oregon. You can see him checking out the mouthwash and looking a little bit more than confused about exactly where he is. Police eventually scooped the bear up into a shopping cart. The Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife said the bear has been taken to a rehab center. Officials are planning to release the bear back into the wild next spring.
You know what I want to know, Nick, is how does a bear cub go into a department store unnoticed? Like, how does that even happen?
I mean, honestly, I don't know. If I was walking in a department store and saw a bear cub, I would be running the other way.
There have been 8 reported sexual misconducts to occur on the UI campus this semester. With each occurrence, students receive email alerts from UI Public Safety. We sent Kelly O'Lean out to find out what the university is doing for trigger warnings.
Well, Greta, it was a pretty disappointing loss for the Hawks last week against Iowa State on the basketball court.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping that they'll be able to get away with a victory with their other in-state rival, UNI. Coming out to your parents can be hard as it is, but imagine trying to reveal your sexual orientation to the family over winter break. The Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgendered Resource Center held their annual Homo for the Holidays meeting to help some members of the Iowa City community prepare for such a scenario.
You know, Greta, this weather's been absolutely gloomy all day. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it out of my house.
Yeah, you know, that on and off rain had me wondering whether or not I even needed an umbrella. Well, we'll now toss it over to our own Tanner Sigworth, who's standing by in the weather studio. Tanner, will this gloomy weather continue? Have you ever wondered where those turkeys sitting on your table for Thanksgiving come from? Well, we were curious too, so we sent Austin Love out to talk turkeys with one local farmer.
We have a special guest joining us in the Daily Iowan studio tonight. Legendary news anchor Ron Burgundy has decided to join us.
What's going on, Ron? Well, it doesn't look like he has much to say, but you know, Nick, I think minus the good hair he's got, you kind of look like him.
Well, you know, my original plan of going as a surfer fell through, so it might be a plausible option.
Yeah, good Halloween costume.
That's all we have for tonight's newscast. Check us out at the same time on Sunday.
Or anytime online at dailyiowan.com. I'm Greta Meyle.
And on behalf of everyone here at Daily Iowan TV, I'm Nick Fisher. You stay classy this weekend, Iowa City.